I've seen the car, I've touched the car, I've sat in the car, but I've not driven the car. Yeah, so Porsche, if you're watching, maybe you can arrange something soon. If you think electric cars are boring, well, the electric Taycan that we have here today will change your mind. Well, for starters, I'm really glad the car came in white and not some pinkish, purplish, bluish sort of color that sort of looks a little too gutsy for my palette. But this, in my eyes, looks great because there's this whole black bumper going on, as well as this intake and the headlamps. It sort of does very good contrast with the white colored car. And of course, at night, you'll see a 4-point light shine on, and when you indicate your signal, the 4-point will actually just light up, which is just instantly recognizable as Porsche. Now for the base model right here, you get 20-inch rims, very nicely designed wheels, you get black calipers as well, which is really what I like. I think a lot of people would have preferred red just to enhance the whole sportiness, but I sort of like the whole black thing. It's very nice contrast with the white paint. And this is of course the charging port right here, as you have on the other side. Right here you have fake vents down here. Oh no, it's not fake, it's real! Holy shit, it's real! It's real! It was at night and I thought it was fake. Okay, let's do that again. Everything else here is very clean. You get more vents right here, as well as clean, flush door handles, all for the sake of aerodynamics. And of course, right here you get swollen punches, just making it look really masculine, really instantly recognizable. So at the back, I really like how there's just a Taycan model word moniker right here. It's very clean, very neat, very simple. You don't get like additional Turbo S, Turbo 4S and so forth. And it goes really well with the 3-dimensional Porsche word right here, which will light up at night. And at night, you'll actually see this light strip spanning the width of the rear. Sort of makes it look very luxurious and premium. Press this button, and the boot will just electronically open up. You get ample space right here, and it'll definitely pass the anti-trolley's length test. But get this, it's not just the trunk. It being an electric car just means that there is also a frunk up front. So if the rear isn't enough for you, we have close to 90 liters of space in front for you. It is very clean, very deep, and it's just definitely more than enough for you to put all your grocery shopping bags and your barang-barangs inside here. The Porsche Taycan uses an electric motor to produce 322 brake horsepower and 345 Newton meters of torque. The 2-speed automatic transmission brings the car from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 5.4 seconds. The battery capacity of the Taycan is at 79.2 kilowatt-hour with a drive range of 414 kilometers. For more details on the Porsche Taycan or any other car, head on to sgCarMart.com to help you make the smart choice on your next car. Now at the back, I'm having ample leg room, as you can see right here, and the seat has already been adjusted. However, I can't put my legs underneath the seat. It's just not enough. But I'm not complaining because the seats are really snug. It's really comfortable. The other small complaint is, if you're about 1.7, I think that could be a bit of a problem, or maybe 1.75 could be a bit of a problem because headroom isn't really sufficient, especially if you're a tall guy, due to the sloping roofline. I'm about 1.6, so I'm still enjoying a lot of leg room, but if you're taller, I think headroom could be a bit of a problem. The other small quibble is that the center seat, while it seems soft, isn't exactly comfortable when you are up here. There you go. You definitely can't put your legs up here because there's just not enough space. So you'll definitely eat into the leg room of your buddies as well as shoulder room. Not the most comfortable place to be in. I wouldn't care for 3 at the back. I think 2 will fit perfectly fine. And if you've got kids and you need ISOFIX points, Taycan will have you covered right here. And if it's just the 2 of you, well, you can just knock this down, enjoy a cup of coffee at the back, chit chat, and put your phone here, whatnot. It's an excellent place to be, really. I mean, it feels good, it looks good, the materials here are all top-notch, right? I mean, you don't get magazine holders here, but in all honesty, even if you have, no one puts magazines there anyway. It's just nice to have. If you don't have it, it's fine. But I think what's really good, even for a base model, is that you still get aircon vents right here, and it helps a lot in this crazy weather. Small little cubby hole right here to put like coins or like sweets and stuff. But there's one thing that I have to say that's really solid about this car, and I realize, is the door handle. This is like a solid aluminium sort of feel, matte black. It feels very solid. So you can just open by just pulling it out like that, and then the door will swing open. However, if you're not careful and you swing open, this will actually snap your finger because it's really solid. It happened to one of our colleagues, but you know, whatever, man, I don't care about him. Good job! Now at the helm, it is very driver-centric, very tech-savvy. Everything feels good to the touch. It's very expensive and very premium. Everything just feels soft. There's no hard plastics around. It feels great. You get 3 different screens. This right here adjusts the climate control. This is your infotainment system, and of course you get the instrument panel that is nicely curved. Despite the sunlight shining on it, it's very legible, it's very clear, it's very sharp and very crisp. So I kind of like it. I like how the steering wheel feels a lot more simplified than other models in Porsche's lineup, where you get like, you know, knobs here and like very complex sporty things, which I can completely understand, but I kind of like this. Very nice, very simple, very neat, which is great. Now, this right here is a joy to use because there's no lag and it's very straightforward. Everything you need is right here. It may look daunting at first, but it's not at all. It just takes a couple of hours to just get used to everything. Click on the car logo though, and you get all the driving assistance on all the driving modes that you have, like electric sports sound. Do you want it on or off? I keep it on off because on just sounds really weird. I have regen braking, you want off, on or auto, chassis, you want sport or sport plus, you have drive modes. It's all inside here. Very easy, very straightforward. However, I do have one complaint. If you actually realize all these aircon vents right here, you can't adjust it manually with your hands. There's no left or right, up or down. It's all fixed because you can only adjust it via this menu right here. You have to click on aircon menu. See these small little circles right here? I gotta manually adjust it. So it's a bit annoying because like if you're driving at night and you know my hands just get all the aircon, like my hands get cold really quickly and I have to go in and readjust all this however I want it to be. But you can sort of live with it because like I said, I got used to this really quickly. But what I cannot get used to, which is another small complaint that I have, is this right here. This does not stay put. So whenever I have to put something inside, like say a phone, I will have to open it up like this, hold it up with my arm and put it in like this, and then close it back again. But again, it's like a one-time thing. It's not like I do it every day, so it's still very much acceptable. You get 2 cup holders here and Porsche Taycan moniker right here. Elsewhere, everything feels good, smells good. Question is, does it drive as good as it looks? Well, you know how it is. One way to find out. If you're looking to upgrade the performance of your tires, Bridgestone's Potenza Sport is the brand's current flagship sports tires at the moment. With its extra wide profile, the Potenza Sport maximizes contact area with the road for enhanced grip and performance in dry and wet weather. If you are thinking about the Porsche Taycan, which actually has 20-inch rims, Potenza Sport will have you covered. So you can click in the description box below to find out more about Bridgestone's flagship tires. So we're on the highway right now with the Porsche Taycan. It's a bit of a jam, heavy traffic on the highway, so I can't really show you guys how quick this car can really be. After all, that's the whole idea of electric cars, right? The sprint off the line, straight line acceleration sort of thing. But first things first, right? Despite it being packed with roads, you don't really feel afraid when you're driving this car. Like, despite the width and the length of the car, it's very easy to place on the road, which is highly comforting. So that's even despite looking at the haunches, swollen rear arches at the back from the rear view mirror. It sort of feels very easy and comfortable to really just pilot. Gives you that confidence to really just maneuver around all these cars. So first things first, this is the Taycan base model, which means it pumps out 322 brake horsepower and 345 Newton meters of torque. Gets from 0 to 100 in 5.4 seconds, but in real life driving, when you really pedal to the metal, it feels a lot quicker than what the Century Sprint figure suggests. I only have just one small little complaint about this, now that we are talking about, you know, slow driving on the highway and stuff, is the regenerative braking. And I think, for me at least, when I buy an electric car, if I were to ever own an electric car, the whole idea is to sort of utilize regen braking so that I can charge my batteries. And I sort of enjoy the whole one pedal drive feel anyway. But it doesn't happen for the Taycan because you actually get 3 choices for regen braking: on, off and auto. Even when you turn it on and you let your foot off the accelerator, nothing much happens. You don't really feel the regen braking. So in that sense, it's very comfortable. You don't really need a lot of time to get used to it. But on the other hand, you're not going to do a lot of charging for the battery, but it's a Taycan, so it doesn't really matter. So, okay, now that the roads are clearing up, let's just try and see how fast this car can really go. It's really planted. It's really planted and really seamless. And yes, it is quite fast. It's not as quick. You feel it immediately. It's not as quick as, say, the Tesla Model S or even the 4S Taycan, but it is nevertheless quick. Now everybody's giving way to me now. It's fun. But 5.4 seconds, really, I mean, it's more than adequate for you to drive like a hooligan on the road. It's easy to perform maneuvering or overtaking maneuvers. It's adequate for everyday hooliganism. And it sort of makes it very fun because I've been driving this car for the last couple of days. I've been driving like a madman, and I don't really have to worry much because I started this car with about 401 kilometers juiced up. I'm now left with 292 kilometers. I drove a lot yesterday. Feels a lot at least. I only use up 100-ish km, and I'm getting 4.9 km per kilowatt hour. Now, on comparison, I actually got 5 kilometers per kilowatt hour in the Polestar 2, which is a less sportier car than this. And I'm still getting like, oh, okay, it just turned 5 km per kilowatt hour, so that's sweet. And it's really nice because while most electric cars have got this really vague steering wheel feel, very blurry, uncertain steering wheel, not quite in the Porsche Taycan. Porsche has done really well with the steering wheel. It's very communicative, very well weighted. You feel everything in front of you, and you just feel everything underneath. And despite that, I'm not talking about a car that's crazy hard in terms of suspension setup. I'm on Sport mode right now for the chassis setup. You can do Comfort or Sport Plus, but I like Sport mode because it's a very, very sweet spot, right? Comfort just feels a little too soft. Sport Plus just feels a little too much for me and the passengers, so I'm just going to keep it in Sports. You still feel everything on the tarmac, but it still manages to soak up all the tarmac imperfections and bumps and ruts on the road without sending any of those vibrations into the cabin. Now, it being a sports car, or an electric car for that matter, doesn't mean that it's any boring, because this car feels absolutely planted around bends. It feels so confidence-inspiring. It feels like it can just tackle any bends every single time, confidently, fuss-free manner. It is a rear-wheel driven car, unlike the 4S where all power is sent to all 4 wheels. But still, ample grip, a lot of communication through the steering wheel, and best of all, there is a chance that you'll oversteer. It's always fun to know that it's a rear-wheel driven car. Just look at the way it plows through the road, man. You don't have to second guess. You just keep going and going and going and going. And because it's an electric car, there's no turbo lag, where sometimes when you exit the corner, you just don't know how much to press or when to press before the power comes through. This is just instantaneous. Absolute delight, man. So the big question is, will buy, won't buy, or go try the Porsche Taycan base model at least. If I had this amount of money lying around, I will buy this car. But get this, I will buy the base model, but I really don't think I'll buy the 4S or the Turbo S or Turbo or whatever they have, because there's somehow a very nice feel to the base model. It's very light-footed, it's very agile, and it still does everything the rest of the variants can. It's just not as quick, and it's just not as well spec'd. But even then, this car, from my point of view, is already very well spec'd. I don't really need it to be better spec, so to speak. So if I had the money, yes, and if I wanted to buy an electric sports car, it will be the Taycan base model. So there you have it, guys. That is the review of the Porsche Taycan base model. I hope you guys enjoyed the video as much as I have driven the car. Please do share this video with your friends and family, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also hit the bell notification button so that you will be notified every time we upload new videos. Also, do leave a comment in the comment box below and let us know what you think about the Porsche Taycan. Also, follow us on TikTok at sgCarMart. In the meantime, stay safe, be well, bye. It is very deep and it is very difficult to open. It looks, you know, like Porsche. You can have it in comfort, but that's a little bit port right here. Ta-da! Elsewhere, everything feels good, smells good.